won a contest, Mike.
Well, Tetar, you know what? We are getting schooled by John here. Allison and I are learning a lot about your flower beds. You were saying you moved in last fall and you weren't sure what was what when things started coming up, and you just found out that some of the things you thought were flowers are actually trees growing.
Yes, and I don't need any extra trees, so hopefully we can take care of that.
Yeah. Allison, of course, and her husband Matt, they won the $5,000 Scott's Miracle Gro makeover for their backyard. So John is kind of walking us through. We're starting in the flower beds because we're going to, I guess, clean them to begin with.
Yep.
You were mentioning there's one thing everyone should be adding to their flower bed each year. What is that?
Is always compost.
Compost.
Every single year. Keep adding as much as you possibly can. Minimum is usually, when you initially put down, minimum is 3 inches throughout the bed.
That much?
Yeah, initially, right? And then you'd want to always every year keep adding so that everything, especially because we have heavy clay, so adding that organic material solves that problem, adds drainage, keeps them moist longer. It's just good nutrition for the plants.
So is it all about nutrients, or is it more about keeping moisture in as well?
All of the above.
All of the above.
All of the above, yeah.
Now, you've got something in your hand there.
Yes.
You said this is, quote, the best gardening tool ever.
Absolutely. Hori knife. It looks like some kind of weapon, but yeah.
Okay, what is it used for? Just cutting, or?
It's used for, cutting down, like you could remove your tree.
Look at that.
Because it's got a serrated edge. Great for planting bulbs, dividing perennials. Just a million and one uses in the garden. Yeah.
Okay, so you got the hori knife and you have the pitchfork out there. So
Yep.
what's the first step here to?
What we're going to do is just to add some color into the perennial beds they currently have. We're going to add some compost to the soil, turn it over, plant some petunias, add some color for Allison, and just to slowly start the makeover, because it's a long, slow process. But
Exactly. It's not something we're going to finish this morning, exactly.
No, not for sure, yeah.
Allison, you were also pointing out, you asked John about certain plants back there. There's a certain one that seems to be taken over that you actually hate.
Yes. Some people love it, so I don't want to, speak out of turn, but the delphinium is not my favorite.
Not your favorite.
Not
And
my
that's
favorite.
the big leafy green stuff we see all through.
These guys here, yeah.
So that is all going.
Yes, get rid of it.
In an ideal world, that's all gone.
It's all gone. Yeah.
That's a great thing about gardening. It's personalized, right? What works for one person doesn't work for another, and that's why Scott's Miracle Gro is giving $5,000 with Greengate Garden Center to do the makeover this morning. It's a little bit of a slow process, but you guys, just to remind you, we're going to be live on Periscope with John, so if you want to ask a horticulturalist any gardening questions, jump on Periscope at BT Calgary and ask your questions in just a few moments.